Moomoo is here in Malaysia. We are not talking about this Moomoo. We are talking about this Moomoo. Those of you who are in the investment community have probably heard about the Moomoo trading app. Recently, they have announced plans to officially enter into the Malaysian market. I know many of you all out there actually probably using Moomoo app already, but then you're registered under the Singapore one, right? But don't worry, this time round they are entering into Malaysia. So here's the question, what is this Moomoo app? What is so good about this new trading app? And most importantly, why Moomoo app has become such an important part in my investment process that I'll use it regularly. So this video, we're going to talk all about it. Let's start with the most important question. What is Moomoo? Moomoo is actually a trading app. It has been launched in Singapore a few years back and is gaining a lot of traction. It is in all over the world as well, and it does offer a very competitive trading fee and at the same time with amazing features. Now, the question is Moomoo trustable or not? This kind of question sure come up on ma. So let me share with you a little bit on the background of this company. Moomoo, their parent company, Futu, is actually listed on Nasdaq with more than 20 million users globally. It is very big company, not some small player, okay? They are regulated in multiple countries such as US and Singapore. So this company legit lah. Now, just for some added information as well, Moomoo is also backed by some big boys in the market like Tencent and Sequoia Capital who invested in them. So like we say, legit company. This year, Moomoo has announced that they are entering into the Malaysian market, and currently they have gotten their AIP license from Security Commission of Malaysia. But it is not yet available for trading yet. So sorry to disappoint you guys. For those of you who want to invest via the Moomoo app, that feature is still not yet available. When is it gonna happen? We are not so sure, but soon lah, I suppose, huh? Since the app is not yet ready for trading in Malaysia, we are not gonna talk about the fees because we really have no idea what they are going to charge. However, we can always look at Singapore as a reference point. So far in Singapore, they are definitely one of the cheapest broker there. And because of that, together with their awesome features, they actually became one of the top trading apps in the country itself. Hopefully, when they come to Malaysia, they'll offer us something that is really competitive and give us enough goodies that we will use it to invest lah, huh? Alright, so you may be wondering right now, if you can't trade using the Moomoo app right now, then why on earth should you download this Moomoo app at this point? And Peter, you just said that you have been using it regularly. You can't trade, then what's the point of using it? Here is the interesting part about this Moomoo app. It is packed with some awesome features that I've been using it regularly together with other research platforms to help me generate investment ideas. You know how very often when you think about investing in the stock market, but you don't really know what kind of stock to invest in, when you hear certain things, you're like, how come all these people will know what stock to look at one? Here is where Moomoo comes in really handy. So let's dive right in as I share with you the features of the Moomoo app and why am I using it so much these days. The first feature that I want to talk about is the industry chain feature. Let's say today you hear so much about ChatGPT lah, AI lah, all this, and you're wondering, aside from all those well-known companies, what other companies are involved in this industry? And what are some investment opportunities out there? Because ultimately, investing, the biggest return is about finding the hidden gem, right? So this is what you can do. Once you download the Moomoo app and register for an account, all you need to do is go to the Markets tab, then select US and scroll down. Then you will see this section called Industry Chain. Tap into it, you will see a bunch of industry chain available for you to discover. For example, if you are interested in cloud computing, just tap into it. If you're interested in Tesla's industry chain, tap into it. And in this case, the example we are using is ChatGPT. So just tap into ChatGPT. In here, immediately you will see the market cap of this industry is about $16.4 trillion and there's about 90 constituent stocks available. 90. So for those of you, when you're thinking about ChatGPT, all you can think about is actually Microsoft, Google. Actually there are more companies than this, okay? So if you can discover something interesting, that is an opportunity. So let's go on with it. And as you can see here, right below the market cap part, they will show you a short summary of what this industry is all about. Like it says here, ChatGPT can converse with users by learning and understanding human language, interact with users according to chat context, and help them complete tasks such as text, image, audio, video, and code processing. So under there, they will also show you the whole industry chain. From the infrastructure layer, going down, it will be the algorithm layer, then application layer. Not just that, but if you look to your right, it shows you a more specific branch out of each parts that are related to the ChatGPT industry chain. For example, at the far right there, we can see it involves AI chip, memory chip, server and high performance computing, cloud infrastructure. And at the data side, there's data center and service that are involved in it. Then there's the algorithm model that's involved in it. There is also the content production and creation applications from text all the way to coding. Now, if you want to discover the companies that are involved in it, all you need to do is just tap into each of this item, then you will be able to see the companies that are involved. In this example here, let's go right down to the industry chain and let's look at content production and creation application. Now, I choose audio for this one, and once we go into audio, we can see there's companies such as Microsoft, Google, Alibaba, NetEase, and Baidu. Out of all these companies, you've probably heard most of them, except this company called NetEase. In fact, it's probably the first time that I'm hearing about this company as well as I'm writing this script and creating this content. Hey guys, do you know we just launched our newsletter? If you would like to have some exclusive weekly financial tips, some of our thoughts behind the scene, and
my thoughts about the market,
you can go to www.mrmoneytv.com to sign up for the newsletter. When you subscribe for the newsletter, you will get a retirement calculator. So what you waiting for? Sign up now. Let's say you find that NetEase is quite interesting and you want to research more about this company to see whether is it worth investing in it. All you need to do is just quickly tap into NetEase. You will be directed to their stock information page. Here in this page, they will give you a lot of information about this particular stock. As you can see the stock price. It is at $101.53 right now. And the highest that it was 102, lowest was 100. Now, right below there, you can see the chart. You can choose a daily chart, weekly chart, monthly chart. That way, you're able to see the pattern of movement according to the period that you choose. I would say for such a small app, the chart that they provide here is pretty elaborated as it shows you all the indicators. You can just plot it in, and then you can even choose to draw trend lines and so on. You can also choose between whether you want a candlestick chart, a bar chart, line chart, whatever you prefer lah. Then once you move on, this part is really interesting because it will show you the real life data. And it shows you up to level 2 data as well. So that is pretty awesome, especially for those of you who are traders. Now, I've mentioned before in my previous video, usually level 1 and level 2 data, for most apps, you have to pay for this feature. Yes, you have to pay for it. But in this case, for Moomoo app, they are providing it for free. So traders out there, congratulations. Then as you move lower down to the page, you can see the market position overview. You can see the profit ratio, support, resistance. For those of you who are actually technical guys, you will actually understand what this is all about, right? And one thing I do like is the fact that they show you a trade overview, which shows the net outflow or net inflow of capital coming into this particular stock. Like in this case here, we can see the net outflow currently is 1345.70, and the sizes of the inflow and outflow is also specified in terms of XL, L, M, and S. And S is basically small investor orders are coming in small batches. XL are usually big orders, which usually means bigger institution making an order for this particular stock. That way you can get a better idea of the market sentiment currently on who are the people investing or selling this particular stock, whether they are small retail players or they are bigger institutions. Then right below there, you will see the capital trend where it shows you what is the trend of the capital outflow and inflow. Then moving down, for those of you who are technical traders, this will be something that truly excites you. There is even an AI-powered technical analysis which incorporates over 30 indicators to tell you about the bullish and bearish signal of this particular stock in overall. Now, like in this case, it shows that there is 6 bullish signals right now. And if you want to know more about what are these 6 bullish signals, you can just tap into it and it will show you what are the bullish signals that it's providing. Like in this case, RSI is actually part of the bullish signal there. Then moving down the page, you will also be able to see the short sale analysis. You can see the short interest as well. So if you want to know if people are really shorting this company, yeah, here is where you can get a good picture about it. Literally, most of the things that you need to know about this company is literally at one glance at your fingertips. Now, so far what we are seeing is a lot of technical related element, but for me myself, I'm actually more of a fundamental investor. So usually when I look at the stock, I really want to know about this particular company, according to their profile, whether is it financial or who are the management team and so on. And in this particular app, it can show you all of it. All you need to do is just tap into company, then you can see the financials of this company at one glance. Again, with just a one-pager, everything is going to be inside. Let's run through it one by one. On top, you will be able to see the Q1 earnings, and here we see that it's 25 billion, net income 6.71 billion, and here they even show you it actually increased by about 6.33% for the revenue. So this company ain't not bad, revenue growing more. Then the next thing, you probably want to know, where is this company earning money from, right? And down there they even show you a revenue breakdown. They break it down into the business that they are making and then the regions that they are in. Here, once we tap into region, we can see 100% from China. So now you know this company does most of its business in China. When you look at the business side, you can see about 77.27% of revenue is generated from games and related value-added service. And the remaining is from cloud music, innovative businesses, and Youdao. You see, this revenue breakdown is really interesting because it gives you a good picture of where this company is doing business, what kind of business specifically they are doing. That way, when you want to research about this company, you know what to look at lor. Now, once you move down the page, you see the operating data. Here they will show you the revenue of the company from their online game revenue, since it is their main business. Then you will be able to see the financial estimates that we are looking at. So currently in the Q2 of 2023, they are estimating 25.126 billion. Then in Q3 of 2023, they are expecting 27.145 billion. And this is based on 12 analyst reports. So not simply Kelentong one, okay? They actually base this on the number of reports, accumulate it, and tell you the estimates. You can even look at the EPS estimates and the EBIT estimates as well. So quite easy, right? Everything with just a few taps. Now, moving down, you can even see other financial indicators such as their current EPS, free cash flow, current ratio, quick ratio, ROE, return of equity, and then return on asset, gross margin, and net margin. All this is here itself. Before you spend all the time dwelling into their company report looking for data like crazy, here all at one glance. So easy, right? Then moving down, you get the same thing for the income statement and then the balance sheet, then down there cash flow. So you can see all this information are actually very well organized for you. Now, once you finish looking at the numbers, you can actually tap into the profile page, and here is where we get an idea of the company overview. Once you click into the overview part, you will see the name of the company, the symbol of the company, when it was listed, how much it was issued, who is the CEO, what market is listed in, blah, 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 a bunch of things, even giving you a description of this particular company. So you no need to see it, then Google here, Google there, everything at your fingertips. Moving out there, it also shows you which sector is this company in and what are the industry chain that this company is involved in as well. Then below there is the consolidated analyst rating. Then moving down, what we see is the company valuation. As we can see, it is about 20.29, and the best part is it will compare it with the industry average. Like for example, in this case, NetEase currently is valued at 20.29, but the industry average valuation is 26.22. So in a way right now, when you look at it, at one glance, it seems undervalued. Now, I want to highlight once again, this is not an investment advice. I'm just using this as an example to show you how I use this app, okay? So don't go and buy any stocks without getting a professional advice. All risk is on your own head. Don't blame us, huh? One thing that I like as well, right below the shareholder session, it will show you the corporate actions of this particular share. Once you tap in there, it will show you whether it has issued out dividends in the past, when it was issued, how much was issued. Then you can look at whether is there stock splits or not in the past and so on. Really very simple. Everything, just scroll, tap, you get all the information. Now, as we talk about investment, one of the most important thing to look at is actually news. You want to see what's happening, right? And as usual, this part here, once you tap into the news tab, it will show you all the current news that are related to NetEase stock and the industry. So you can look through it and find out what are some of the latest updates about this industry and this particular stock. And you know what's interesting? These news are not just from one or two news service provider, you know. It actually gathered from over 100 leading financial media such as Dow Jones, Reuters, Benzinga, and so on. So it's a consolidated one. It gives you all eyes coverage on almost everything. And another thing, it's 24/7 updated, so always up to date. Right below there, you also see this part called announcements. So you can just tap in announcement, then you can see all the announcements that are made by this particular company. For example, the latest announcement here is information required of institutional investment managers pursuant to Section 13F. Such a long thing to read. But you get the point now, huh? Then moving on, there's also this section called the comments section. Here is where investors and analysts globally will share their ideas and analysis about this particular stock or this particular industry. Personally, once I get an overview of this new company that I just discovered, and if I'm really interested about it, here's where I'm going to do more research by going into Seeking Alpha website or the app to learn more about the company via more in-depth research article. Oh yeah, if you want to sign up for Seeking Alpha, you can actually click the link in the description below as well. You will get a 14 days free trial, yeah? Now, so far I've shown you one way of how I discover hidden gems via the Moomoo app. But this is not the only way. In fact, there is another feature that I use regularly in this Moomoo app to generate investment idea. That is the institutional tracker feature. All you need to do again is go to the markets tab, tap US, scroll all the way down, and you will see institutional tracker. Here, you can see Berkshire Hathaway, ARK Investment Management. All you need to do now is tap into this investment tracker. Okay, what is this institutional tracker feature? Imagine if you have knowledge of what are the top investors like Warren Buffett, George Soros, Michael Burry they are investing in. Wouldn't that be a great thing? Here is where institutional tracker comes in. Immediately on the first page, you will see the most popular ones like Berkshire Hathaway, ARK Investment Management, then Soros Capital. Then if you move to the next page, you will see Bridgewater and so on. Let's say for me, I want to see what Michael Burry is investing in. And I know his fund is called the Scion Management. So all I need to do is just key in Scion. And so we can see Scion Asset Management. Tap into here, you will see an overview of this particular fund. As we can see very quickly, you can see the market value of his current holding, you can see the prior holding. So just one glance like that, you know whether the market value of his holding has increased or decreased. Then the next part, you can see the industry distribution. As you can see, he has invested mostly in communication equipment. Number 2, leisure services. Then mining. The focus should be on commodity I suppose. Then medical biology and commerce and others. Once you move down into the page, you will see the change type. So what does change type mean? Basically, it means which particular stock he changed his position in. And here there's increase, decrease, new, and sold out. Now, probably you want to check out what are the stocks that he sold out. Just tap sold out and you see PacWest Bancorp, he sold out everything. Western Alliance Bancorp, he sold out everything. Coherent, he sold out everything. What about new holdings? Apparently he added new holdings into Vital Energy, iHeartMedia, Curate Retail. I've heard of Curate Retail. Interesting. What about stocks that he decreased his holdings in? Oh, it's Liberty Latin America, New York Community Bank Corp, and Signet Jewelry. What about increase? Well, he increased his position in the Real, the Joe Group, and the Signa Group. Now let's say you're interested to find out what is this Real. Follow my steps earlier lor. Just go and look for the stock information within the app later lah. Anyway, once you move down, you will see the holding list, which are the stocks that he is currently holding. As you can see, there's Expedia, there's Tasmo, Generac, blah 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 blah. There's a whole long list of them. So now, with just one page, no need Google here and there, you exactly know what Michael Burry is investing in already. Literally, it's like Michael Burry giving you stock tips. Not I give, he say one. So please don't simply invest once again, okay? Do your own research. Everyone got their investment strategy. Don't buta follow and then lose money, okay? Now, if you like Scion Asset Management and you want to stay up to date on what is he investing or selling, you can just tap follow. Then when you go back, it's going to appear on your My Following list. So next time you don't have to search. All you need to do is open your app, go to the institutional tracker, then you will see the name of that particular institution there. Simple and easy. Now, what if you do not know which institution you want to follow? Well, number one, you can always Google, but number two, you can actually just check out top institution. Once you tap in, you will be able to see who are the biggest institution out there. Like we see here, the Vanguard Group is actually the biggest with 4.43 trillion market value in holding. Then you scroll down and see, research a bit, see which one you want. Alright, one more feature that's really interesting about this institutional tracker is when you scroll down, you see this thing called trending stocks, which tells you what are the most held stocks amongst institutional investors. You can also tap position increase, and from here you will be able to see what is the most increased holding of this institutional investor. In this case here, you can see a whole different list from most held, which the highest increase here is actually Amazon. Then you want to see maybe what are all these investors actually selling leh? So you can tap into position decrease. And the first thing you are seeing here is many of them are selling Apple actually. Okay, I say once again, not investment advice. Another one more that is kind of similar to the industry chain feature is the investment themes feature, where once again you go to the page, tap into markets, then US. As you scroll down, you see investment themes. Once you tap into it, you can see what are the themes here for investment. There's apparel specialty, nuclear power, wind power, sports streaming, credit payment. So for example, you've been thinking to yourself, maybe I want to invest in some nuclear power theme investments. Okay, then all you need to do is just tap into nuclear power. Then here you can see certain information about it, overall as a theme, as a sector. Then down there it will show you some of the companies that are involved in nuclear power. And again, if you are interested in it, just tap into that particular stock and you will be able to see all the information you need once again. Like I said, for most of us, when we look at the US stock, very often we only know the big boys, the big company like Amazon, Microsoft and so on. What about some of the more hidden ones that are unknown? This is where this app really comes in handy. Now, before we move on, there's one more feature that I've also been using regularly that really helps me stay updated. That is their earnings calendar. So right under the US tab itself, if you scroll down a little bit, you're gonna see an earnings calendar. Tap into it, you will be able to see every day what are the companies that are announcing their earnings. So you won't be in the dark lah, not knowing like when is this company announcing their quarterly result lah, and then you only found out 1 week later. This way it helps you to stay updated and make better investment decisions. Okay, after seeing all this, I'm not sure about what you think, but I personally love this particular app because it really helps me in my investment process. Now, if you're interested to download the Moomoo app, you can use our link in the description below to download and register an account. And guess what? It is free. You don't have to pay anything. Just download, register an account, then okay liao. Oh yeah, do you know that Moomoo is also offering market data for Malaysian market as well? Yes, so not just for the US market, but for Malaysian market as well. Currently, they are offering market data. So all Malaysian users will get a 2-month free level 1 data. And if you are a trader and you would like to have a level 2 data, you can get it for a cheaper price. Okay, so here's my honest thought about this Moomoo app. I have to say a few things. Firstly, the app is sleek. The user interface is great. It is easy to navigate around. Although at first when you look at it, you may be a bit confused, especially if you're not a trader. But after a while, you will just get used to it because it is actually fairly simple. They don't use technical words, but very simple words to help you to understand what you are looking at. And more importantly, it has such a great ecosystem that these days, for most of the US stocks that I'm looking at, all I do is I start discovering them from here itself, most of the time at least. Then I get an overview, and like I say, if I'm truly interested in the stock, only I start going to other platforms like Seeking Alpha and so on to read more and learn more about that company. At the end of the day, although we can't trade using the Moomoo app yet, it is still an amazing app. There's plenty of informative and educational material here. It is still an amazing app that packs with information, education materials, and also the technical tools. And more importantly, it helps you to discover potential investment opportunity and give an overview and research about the stock as well. Alright, although right now you can't trade using the Moomoo app yet, but I have to say, it is an amazing app packed with wonderful features. Like I've said, I've been using it regularly to discover investment opportunities and research about stock. So, in fact, I would say for those of you who are investing in the US stock market or Malaysia stock market, and all those of you who are thinking about learning to invest in the US stock market, I would highly recommend you to give this app a try and use it to learn about the landscape of investing in US, to discover company and help you as part of your research process. Moving forward, hopefully when Moomoo app launch their trading feature in Malaysia, they will also be able to offer us some really competitive rate. That way, it will be fantastic. That way, this app will not just be packed with features, but good rates as well. Hey, doesn't sound great, right? Yeah, never mind. Moving forward, hopefully when this Moomoo app launch their trading feature in Malaysia, they will also be able to provide us with some competitive rate. Hopefully, low Moomoo 識做啦 like that, then more people will use ma. Coupled with all these feature, yeah. Anyway, what do you guys think about the Moomoo app? If you have tried it, feel free to share with us your thoughts in the comments below.